welcome back YouTube, welcome back YouTube, welcome back YouTube. I feel like it's been so long since the last time I came on here and talked to y'all, but I got so many different things getting ready to happen in my life that I could not start to share that with y'all until I closed out the last chapter of my life, right? So my last video was maybe posted, I want to say maybe 2-3 months ago. My last video was in February or March. It is currently June 5th. It is June 5th. When I tell y'all, as soon as I got here, I hit the ground rolling and I ain't stopped since. I do want to close out my moving and PCS series that I had started. Before I move on to any other things that's getting ready to transpire, we need to go ahead and conclude this chapter. Yeah. I do want to say before I get into it, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the link, share it to your friends. At this point, share it everywhere. My last video, really, y'all showed me a lot of love. I got about 3,300 views. That's more views than I've ever gotten on any of my videos, and I think I've only got 5 videos up. My first video of me like actually introducing who I was to my YouTube channel didn't even get that many views. I'm still at like 200 and some views, so y'all must have been more interested in me leaving and moving than y'all actually wanting to get to know me. But that's okay, that's okay, as long as y'all keep coming back. Yeah, so do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, you know, keep up with me as I continue to update y'all, because I got a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening within the next couple months and I'd love to share it with y'all. So please, 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 please. So anyways, let's get into it, y'all. So like I said, I posted my last video 84 days ago, which is almost 3 full months ago. And I remember leaving off with us getting ready to leave from Savannah at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I guess I'll pick up from there. We left, I want to say, on the 15th, because that's when I moved out my apartment, cleaned it up completely. If you haven't watched part 2 of me cleaning out my apartment, packing up everything, and the entire process, please go back and watch part 2. Or if not, we just gonna keep on rolling. We ended up getting in a U-Haul and driving from Savannah, Georgia to Little Rock, Arkansas, because that's where I'm from. And it just so happened that Little Rock, Arkansas was actually in the middle, like middle distance between Savannah and Bliss. We stayed there, and that's where I'm from, originally from. We stayed there for a couple days. My daughter spent time with her grandparents, and we just kind of rested up because we just knew driving from Little Rock to Bliss was gonna be an even longer route. I think I want to say with stops, it might have been 15-16 hours, but that's not even including the BS we went through to get here. Before I get into what we went through while in Little Rock, we did have a really good time. I made my first big adult purchase aside from my car. I bought a sectional, and y'all, we threw it in U-Haul. I bought a sectional in Little Rock because I really liked the color, and I knew the sectional that I had was not a house sectional. It was like big enough for the apartment that we were staying in, which was only like 900 some square feet. So I bought a sectional. Like I said, my daughter spent time with her grandparents. We went to Chuck E. Cheese, and it was me and her dad, because her dad flew down to help us get from point A to point B, and we really just had a good time. But before we even officially got to my parents' house, the U-Haul that we were driving in, it ended up breaking down in between Memphis and Little Rock. So technically we got stuck in Memphis. We had to call roadside assistance. And I am going to insert clips, y'all, because when I tell y'all, it was so hectic. Using U-Haul alone is what made us getting from Savannah to Fort Bliss as long as it did take us to get here. Like, that's what made the trip. That was like my biggest con about the trip completely. The U-Haul ended up breaking down almost an hour away from my mom's house, so my sister had to come and get my baby, because we were stuck in the truck for like 6 hours before they finally put us in a hotel, in which they paid for the hotel. They put us in the closest hotel and let us stay there overnight until we were able to get a new U-Haul at the closest U-Haul place. And that was the first time it broke down, and we ended up having to stay in that hotel overnight and then drove to my parents' house in the morning. And like I said, we stayed there for a couple days, and then after that, spending time resting, resetting, getting everything situated with my house while in Little Rock, trying to sign documents and talk to people and make sure utilities were going to be turned on at the right time. We ended up taking off, I want to say that next weekend. So the 15th might have been a Friday. I want to say we maybe made it to Little Rock on Saturday, and I want to say we probably stayed from Saturday until that next Saturday or Sunday. So we only spent a week. But if we're speaking like overall terms, y'all, we were tired. We were already, like, it takes about 11 hours from Savannah to Little Rock already, but in a U-Haul it just took way longer than it needed to, way longer than it should have been. And like I said, that with the truck breaking down too, it just added on more hours. So anyways, we ended up staying in Little Rock for about a couple of days, and then we got on the road at like maybe midnight, between midnight and 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday or Sunday to head to Bliss. And I timed it just right so that whenever my house was ready was when we'd be moving in. Y'all, why the truck ended up breaking down again? But what's so crazy about the second time the U-Haul broke down, I was driving the U-Haul, and we just so happened to stop for gas. But before I stopped for gas, when I tell y'all, it was so many 18-wheelers and cars that kept like riding the tail of the U-Haul and like blowing their horn and like flashing the lights. So I know that if I've been told that if a car flashes their lights, they're either trying to get your attention for something or let you know that, I don't know, I guess let you know that a police is near, or telling you to get out the way because you're driving too slow. And that's what I thought, because the U-Haul could not go that fast. So I genuinely thought people were flashing their lights to let us know to get over. So I moved lanes. Y'all, I'm gonna insert the picture here so y'all can see how crazy this sounds. They were flashing their lights at me because my tire had bust and I was riding on the rim. I was riding on the rim of the wheel. And ain't no telling how long I had been riding on the rim, because we could not hear it because of how loud the U-Haul was itself. I could not see it if it was sparking flames. I just wasn't able to see see that part of the truck as I was driving. Like, the whole situation was just uncomfortable, but I was riding on the rim. So we had to pull over at a Love's like maybe 10 minutes after we got through Texas border. We had to pull over at a Love's and call roadside assistance again, and it took us another 2 hours. I definitely was riding on the rim for however long, I don't know, but we basically ended up having to call roadside assistance. Roadside assistance had to come out there, replace the wheel, and from there we didn't really have to stop again to like repair anything on the truck. We just continued to make our way through Texas, Fort Worth, Dallas. I feel like we just seen every part of Texas, because if you know where El Paso is at, we're literally on the border, damn near. I'm gonna insert some clips of like what the scenery looked like getting out here, because for people who know where El Paso is or have heard of El Paso, you know that El Paso is nothing but mountains and dirt and sand, and pretty much on the way out here it was damn near nothing to see. I literally said we're gonna be driving 10 hours and be in Texas, and then 10 hours pass and we still gonna be in Texas. It was nothing to see, but like once we got here, it was like its own dusty city. And I hate to say that, I don't mean that in a bad way. Bliss is actually not as bad as people have made it seem. It's just, it's not around any bodies of water. There are no beaches, and that's what I'm used to coming from Savannah, because we used to have our org days at the beach. We used to go to the beach for fun, you know, and they don't have that here. They do other things. They go to the mountains, they run at the dunes, you know, they just do different stuff here, and it's not bad. Bliss is not as bad as people have made it seem. They've had to build up the area because there's barely anything around here, and like everything that is surrounding it is kind of far away. It's not as if it wasn't like that when I was at Hunter. Orlando was 4 hours away, Miami was 6 hours away, Jacksonville was 2 hours away, Atlanta was 3 hours away. Then you had South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, everything on the edge, on the East Coast. Everything was within the vicinity, but everything was kind of far away, you know. And it's kind of the same here. We have Phoenix, Arizona is about a 6-hour drive. Houston is an 8-hour drive. Then you have Dallas, and then you have California, which is a 13-hour drive, which is the distance between Savannah and where I'm from. So, you know, driving is nothing new to me. It's what I've done before. Do I like driving after driving here? Personally, no. I will fly home. If I ever decide to go home again, I will fly home before I drive. Like I said, the installation here they've had to build it up so much because there's nothing for soldiers to do, you know. On post there's a Buffalo Wild Wings, they have a Texas Roadhouse, they have Chipotle, they have Smoothie King, Taco Bell, a pho place, their own Bath and Body Works, they have Denny's 24 hours on post, they have a Firestone on post, they have a car wash on post. When I tell y'all this installation is a mini city within itself, they've lit Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Popeyes, Burger King, Arby's. They got everything on post. Like, you really ain't got no reason to leave post, you know, if you stay on post. Me personally, I don't stay on post because I like my money in my pocket and I like to spend my money the way I want to spend it, so I don't stay on post. And getting a house out here was cheaper than if I was to stay on post. Actually, I do have a house and I am going to insert the video. The video that I'm going to insert is when household goods came and started to drop my stuff off. And thing about household goods is however they pick it up and where they pick it up from is how they will put it back. So if they came and picked your bed up and they took it apart, when you get to your new location, they're gonna put it back together in your bedroom because that's where they got it from. So the video I'm gonna show you is all of my stuff sitting in its designated room.
So y'all, this is the day that household goods pulled up, and over to our left is our U-Haul. This is my new sectional in the wrapping. This was how he transported things throughout the house on this little blue and red carpet that he laid out to not scuff the floors. Like I said, everything that he got off the truck that was mine, he put in its respective space. So like, this is my daughter's room. The room prior to this one was the office. This is my bedroom, in which he did end up putting the bed together. That's my closet. That's my TV wrapped up in a blanket because that's how they wrapped it up. The things that go in my bathroom are sitting in there. That is me. And this is the TV that we attempted to put up ourselves.
I don't have a video or any pictures of how it's set up now, but as y'all can see, you know, it's a little decor, stuff on my wall, my bookcases, because I have 2 of those in here, my accolades, printer and stuff. This is my office. It's a little dirty in here, so I'm not gonna show the whole room, and I'm not gonna show the house either, but not decorated, but you will see the house in the video. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's not bad. I actually like it for it to be my first house, not my house, but a house that I'm renting, because I've only ever stayed in an apartment before. So for it to be my first house that I'm renting, it's kind of giving me an idea of like how much work you have to put into keeping up a house, like physical wise, like landscape, like bugs and roots growing outside and all kinds of stuff. It's different for me because, like I said, the apartment that I'm moving out of is my first apartment I've ever stayed in, so it's a learning experience for me. It's me and my baby out here. She has some family from her dad's side out here. Me personally, I don't have any family out here, but like I said, since I got here, I've hit the ground rolling, especially at work. Like, I've made no excuses. I've met a girl, we started going to church together. We've been trying different churches on Sundays, you know, just trying to keep myself busy, keep my mind busy outside of work, because I don't want it to all be about work all the time. And like, I'm genuinely trying to find a hobby for my daughter, you know. I want to give her the opportunity to have access to different things, so as she gets older, she'll be able to tell me what she likes to do, and we'll go from there, you know, whether it's gymnastics or swimming, you know. And she's only 2, so this is a good age to start. In conclusion, Bliss is not bad. Bliss is not bad at all. The unit that I'm in, it's a different echelon than what I'm used to working in. My last unit, I was not at this level. I was kind of at a company level, so the way they do things here, it's completely different. I answer to more higher ranking individuals, which is not overwhelming. It was at first, but it's not overwhelming because they always say in the military, these people are the same in and out of uniform. So don't let the fact that they have a star on their chest or, you know, a clover on their chest intimidate you, because they're still people at the end of the day. So it's really nice here. It's not bad at all. That kind of wraps up this video. I just kind of want to come in here and close out the last portion of my travel from Little Rock to here and the house, because those were the big parts here. If anybody has any questions about like PCS in a Diddy move specifically. Military specifically will know what I'm talking about. If anybody has any questions about a partial Diddy, how I did it, you know, what was it like actually getting here and closing out like my transportation or finance, I'm open to answering questions to anybody. I just want to help as much as possible. This is my first PCS, which was not bad, and I probably will do a partial Diddy or a full Diddy the next time too, even though it took a lot of work. In the end, it was well worth it. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe and stay tuned, because within the next 2 weeks I have a couple events coming up that I really want to share with you guys, and I'm excited to start back on YouTube again, y'all, because I feel like making my YouTube videos gives me space to just talk. Like, it's nobody here. Granted, y'all are gonna watch this, but physically here, it's nobody here. And I feel like talking to y'all, but to myself, because nobody is here, it's very comforting. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, please do not forget to put them in the comment box. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video.